Alright, so it's angled through the center of that part, if you look. Do you see it? But if you also notice, see the plus sign next to that one? I'm going to click that. Here's the principal plane. I'm going to turn its visibility on. And here's the work axis. There's a visibility there. I haven't shown you how to make work axes yet, and I'm going to demo that on this one. There's a bunch of them. But if I look, I actually, when I turn this work plane on, that's a principal plane. See it? So that's based off the origin planes. So that one is automatically there. But we have to create this work axis. So if I go back here, let me show you how to create some work axes. I showed you work points. There are a few different ways you can do work axes. I'm not going to demo all those, but most of them are pretty easy. First off, I'll just do an edge one. If I click work axis and I pick an edge, see how it goes through that edge? If I pick another one, it goes through that edge, and now I have a point where they intersect. Do you see it? I can do a work axis through 2 points. I can pick this point, I can pick that point. Now, why would you want those? Watch. I could pick the work plane based off that work axis, based off one of the principal planes. Let's try that again. Try that again. That one. Okay. Did you see that? I click the first one, pick the principal plane, and click the last work axis. And that's giving me a work axis going right between those. Do you see it? Based off that principal plane. The other thing I can create a work axis or a work plane off from, if I pick this edge and pick a principal plane, I'm going to get an angle off that one. But I'm using the work axis as my part. That kind of makes sense? Here's the last one. I'm going to create a work axis right in the middle of that cylinder. So all I did was pick the axis and right in the middle of it. See it? Why do you think I need that one? Right through the center. Ready? So now I'm going to click work plane. I want it on that work axis based off one of my principal planes. Will that work? Would this work? Would this work? Either one of those two is going to work. Watch. I'm going to pick this one, and if I do that, I can type in an angle. If I were to pick the other one, I can still type in an angle. Just depends on what angle I'm after. But when I do that, it's going to go through the center of the part. You see it? Does that make sense to everybody? So here's the one I want you to use. So you've got a work axis. I'm going to put a work plane on that axis based off the XZ plane. And we're going to do 32 degrees. I'm going to check that off. Now, here's what I'm going to have you do on this one. We're going to create a sketch on that. And I'll slice it right there. That'll work. Now what I want to do is I'm going to create an ellipse. I'm going to project some geometry. I'm going to dimension that. This we'll do is 0.625, and we're going to put it right on that edge, so it'll be 0. And we're going to pull this off as 0.25. Yeah, 0.375. And we'll kind of line it up in the center. Okay, here's where we're going. You see where I'm drawing actually in the middle of that part. I'm going to revolve this. Okay, and the axis I want to go around is what? Work axis. Notice it's giving me a full revolve. If I click OK, I think we'll get an error out of it. Yeah. This may not work because we have other features there that we suppressed. I'll try cut, but I don't think, no, that's not going to work either. Let's try a partial. I'll just pick a different axis. We'll pick. There we go. I picked the back edge, but I'm going to do it as a cut. And what I should get, when I cut that out, you see the curve that I'm getting because of the ellipse and the part? Yeah, it revolved right around. Okay? Questions? Okay, go ahead and do that one.